You may have heard this quote before. As you think, you vibrate. As you vibrate, you attract. Knowing your worth as a woman is one of the most valuable things that you can do for yourself. Working on your self-worth will be one of the most transformative experiences that you can go through. It is literally the most important acts of self-love that you can do for yourself as a woman. Because the way you view yourself affects how you show up in the world, which will directly impact the types of people and opportunities that you attract back. So in today's video, I want to highlight to you why knowing your worth as a woman changes everything and how it will absolutely transform your life. So first things first, knowing your self-worth as a woman means you never again settle for anything in your life. You can always tell when a woman is truly living her most authentic life. You can just feel that energy that is emanating from her because she shines. She's her most confident self. She's not afraid to be herself. She's truly happy, and because of that, she's able to give back to the world. You can also always tell when a woman is settling in her life, whether it's in her relationship, in her personal or professional life. She loses that spark. And I've experienced this myself when I was in a toxic relationship. I remember the mental toll that it took on me. It's like with each passing day that I was in that situation, I was losing pieces of myself. All the happiness, the playfulness, the hope and charisma were just being chipped away at. And it took me some time after the breakup to really rebuild that carefree version of myself again. I also understood that the one thing that kept me stuck in that situation for so long was my shaky self-worth. And this realization can really change everything for you. When you have that unshakable self-worth, your peace and your happiness become non-negotiables in your life. You stop operating and making important life decisions from a place of fear or comfort or scarcity because you are truly in tune with your wants and needs and make every decision accordingly. You never settle for anything which is out of alignment with what you truly want because you love yourself enough to know that you deserve better. So next thing is that knowing your worth also means you will never be taken advantage of. This was one of the most eye-opening lessons for me in my life, that there are many people out there who want to take from you and will take from you if you let them. It can be your time, your money, your energy, your connections, your skills, your ideas. It can be your kindness, your empathy, your support, and your validation of them. It can be in your professional life as well as in your personal life. There are many people out there who are waiting to take from you, and it is your responsibility to protect yourself. But that requires a certain level of self-awareness, self-love, self-confidence, and most importantly, a strong sense of self-worth. If you are operating from a place of low self-worth, you are probably constantly seeking approval because you're looking for that external validation, someone to reaffirm your worth for you. It means you are more likely to fall into that place of people-pleasing mode, which probably means that you have shaky boundaries. But when you begin to understand your worth, what you bring to the table, setting boundaries with people stops feeling uncomfortable. It becomes a necessity, an automated response when you feel someone is overstepping. Having boundaries and comfortably setting them is one way to protect your energy and peace. Boundaries aren't selfish. They reflect your self-respect and understanding of what you deserve. They communicate to other people that you are firm in your needs and have a deep sense of self-worth. So remember, protecting your boundaries is protecting your peace, and it's never selfish. And this also ties into the next point, which is that when you know your worth, you will start attracting quality people in your life because those boundaries that we were just talking about become natural people filters. When you know your worth, you subconsciously communicate that to people. When your self-worth is high and you know it, you'll be confident enough to call out bad behavior and let go of relationships that no longer serve you equally. Low-quality people, the toxic abusers, the manipulators, the energy vampires will begin to perish because they understand that you are confident enough to see through their bad behavior. And trust me, there is nothing that scares toxic people more than you seeing through them and calling them out on it. What you will find is that your closest circle will begin to include only those quality people who truly uplift you, who support you, who respect you, and who are there for you and where there is a mutual give and take. These are the people who recognize your value and mirror it back to you. But it also goes deeper than that. You've probably heard the saying that you are the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. When you cultivate a circle of quality individuals who respect and value you, you're shaping not just your present, but also your future. Because these relationships will empower you, they will challenge you to grow, and they will inspire you to become the best version of yourself, which will all contribute to building that solid sense of self-worth. In the end, knowing your self-worth attracts the right people who contribute meaningfully to your life. The next thing on the list is that when you have a high sense of self-worth, you will never miss out on any opportunities. There is something truly magnetic about people who understand their self-worth and what they bring to the table. Knowing your self-worth literally changes how you carry yourself, and other people respond to that, which is why people who understand their self-worth tend to attract more opportunities. They get noticed more. People want to be around them because their self-assuredness makes them feel safe, or they think they can soak up some of that confidence just by spending time with them. There is no doubt that if you see your self-worth, you subconsciously communicate it to the world, and the world responds back by giving you more opportunities that match your level of growth. But there is another deeper level to this. When you feel worthy, you're also more likely to grab onto those opportunities. I know I certainly have missed out on some amazing opportunities in my life at a time when my self-worth was fragile. And even now, I sometimes think back and think what could have been. There is nothing more painful in life than regret or wondering what could have been. Opportunities don't always come back around. So when great opportunities present themselves, you have to grab onto them. Even if it means stepping outside of your comfort zone. Even if it means stepping into the unknown. Even if these opportunities scare you. And this is where self-worth really comes into play. Because when you have a strong sense of self-worth, these choices stop feeling so paralyzing. Even if there is an element of fear, you have that strong foundation that you've built where you know you are resilient enough to bounce back, even if something doesn't turn out the way you wanted. You know that you will be okay, emotionally, mentally, whatever the outcome. And that you can always pivot and find other opportunities. And believe me, this is such an incredibly powerful way to operate in this world. So the last thing I want to discuss today is that when your self-worth is high, your life begins to thrive. As you begin to build your self-worth, your entire life will begin to shift in ways you've never imagined. You'll notice how your mindset begins to change, how the decisions you make are no longer driven by fear, insecurity, or the need to please others. Instead, they come from a place of strength and clarity. When you know your worth, you start saying no to the things that drain you and yes to the things that truly align with your values and goals. Your relationships improve because you're no longer clinging on to connections that don't serve you. You naturally attract opportunities and people who see your value and match your energy. You'll find that your confidence grows, and with that confidence, your ability to take risks expands. You begin stepping outside of your comfort zone, pursuing dreams that you once thought were out of reach. And even when things don't go perfectly, your self-worth acts as a safety net. It reminds you that you are strong enough to navigate challenges and bounce back even stronger. Thriving isn't just about outward success. It's about how you feel inside. It's waking up with a sense of purpose and joy and peace, knowing that you are living authentically, fully, unapologetically. When you invest in your self-worth, you're not just surviving, you're thriving in every sense of the word. So there you have it. Those are my 5 cents on self-worth. And please, if you enjoyed this video, give me the thumbs up and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next video. See you then.